Hi friends, welcome to SSG Electrical. My name is Ramakrishna. In this video, I would like to discuss about measurements, most important previous questions. See here. This is the part 3 video. Part 1 and part 2 already discussed. Regarding part 1 and part 2 video, link I will give in the description. You can go through it. And regarding that, I have explained theory also. The part 1. See here. Megger is an instrument used for measurement of. Megger is an instrument used for measurement of. In the last two videos also this question repeated, as it is very important question. This question repeated. The answer is, you know that is a high resistance. Megger is an instrument used for measurement of high resistance. Megger looks like this. Just have a look at this, how it practically appears to be. This is the Megger. Okay. This is the Megger. For measuring the high resistance, we use the Megger. And for measurement of high resistance, what are the methods we use? We use, firstly, Megger we use. Second one, loss of charge method will be used. Loss of charge method and direct deflection method. Direct deflection method. All these are very important. So Megger is an instrument used for measurement of high resistance. Very important. And next one, and what are the methods used for high resistances? One is Megger, another one is loss of charge method, another one is direct deflection method. So all these three methods will be used for measurement of high resistance. High resistance means here insulation resistance here. Okay, for measuring insulation resistance we use the Megger. That is also another question we can say. Okay, for measurement of insulation resistance of motor, generator also we use the Megger. And next one, so this is the matching, and which is the suitable matching we have to choose here. Aluminium, manganese, carbon given, negligibly small, positive and negative given. With respect to temperature coefficient we have to select this. Okay, with respect to temperature coefficient, aluminium is a what? Aluminium is a conductor. Aluminium is a conductor. It is a positive temperature coefficient. Aluminium is a positive temperature coefficient. So this is the correct option. Okay. And manganese is a conductor. Manganese is a conductor, but it affects very less with the temperature. Okay, it affects very less with the temperature. So negligibly small we can say. Manganese is a conductor, but negligibly small because it affects very less with the temperature. Carbon is a semiconductor. Carbon is a semiconductor. So it is a negative temperature coefficient. We know that semiconductor is a negative temperature coefficient. Again I am repeating, see here. Conductor, semiconductor. Conductor is a positive temperature coefficient and semiconductor is a negative temperature coefficient. Positive temperature coefficient means when temperature increases, resistance will increase. That is the meaning of positive temperature coefficient. Semiconductor means when temperature increases, resistance will decrease. That is the meaning of negative temperature coefficient. In positive temperature coefficient, if temperature increases, resistance will increase. In negative temperature coefficient, if temperature increases, resistance will decrease. Very important. Therefore, for aluminum is a positive temperature coefficient, positive we have chosen. Manganese is a affects very less with the temperature. That is why we have chosen negligibly small. And for carbon is a semiconductor, therefore it is a negative temperature coefficient. That is why we have chosen R. So based on this you see Q, P and R. Which is the correct answer? Q, P, R given in second option. So B option is a correct answer. Hope you understood clearly. Next one, the resistance of insulations in general with temperature rise. We know that insulator is a semiconductor device. Insulator is a semiconductor. So what we can say, if temperature increases, resistance will decrease. In the previous case, what happens in case of semiconductor? If temperature increases, resistance will decrease. Same kind of, for semiconductor insulator, same kind of property with respect to temperature and resistance, same kind of property will be there. That is why the resistance of insulation in general with temperature rise. If temperature increases, what happens? If temperature increases, in case of insulator, resistance will decrease. Very, very important, decrease. So here semiconductor insulator having the same kind of property with respect to temperature and resistance. Okay, remember that, very, very important. If temperature increases, resistance will decrease in case of insulation. Okay, and next one. Which of the following is the best conductor of electricity? Which of the following is the best conductor of electricity? Salt water. Salt water is the best conductor of electricity. In salt water, what happens? This is the water. In salt water, what happens? Free electrons will present there. Free electrons, so many free electrons will present. So many free electrons will present. That is why it will act as a best conductor of electricity. When we keep a wire on it, when a conductor is passing through the wire, it will directly conduct through this liquid also. Okay, that is why it acts as a best conductor of electricity. Salt water is a best conductor of electricity. For distilled pure water, if you consider, no, it won't act as a conductor. Just it acts as just insulator only. It won't allow any current through it. Okay, only salt water act as a best conductor here. Okay, because impurities will be present here. Next one, SI unit of electrical energy is it is not kilowatt hour, it is joule. Remember, very, very important. If they ask you the commercial unit of electrical energy, we can choose kilowatt hour. Here SI unit of electrical energy asking, so answer is joule. SI unit of electrical energy is joule. And if they ask you CGS unit of electrical energy, CGS unit is erg. CGS unit is erg. SI unit is joule. CGS unit is erg. However, commercial unit, if they ask you, always you have to choose kilowatt hour. This is the commercial unit. Commercial unit is kilowatt hour. Commercial unit of electrical energy, if they ask you kilowatt hour, we have to choose. What is kilowatt hour? Energy equals to power into time. Energy equals to power into time. Energy means we know that is kilowatt hour, equals to power means what are the units for power? Kilowatts. Time means hour we have to choose. Okay, so simplify this, what you will get? 1 kilowatt equals to, here 1 kilowatt equal to 1000 watts and 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. Okay, therefore sometimes in exam what they will ask you like this, 1 kilowatt hour equals to how much value they will ask you. What we have to choose? We have to choose 3.6 into, based on this we can write 36 into 10 power of 5, no, from this we can write 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules. 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules, very, very important. From this 1000 watts and 3600 seconds, what we can write? 36 into 10 power 5 we can write, right? So based on this, what we can write? 3.6 into 10 power 6 joules we can write. Okay, so from that only we got this, very, very important. For SI unit of electrical energy is joule. SI unit of electrical energy is joule. If they ask you CGS unit, sometimes they are asking CGS unit of electrical energy, then we have to choose erg. If they ask you commercial unit of electrical energy, we have to choose kilowatt hour. Okay, hope you understood. Next, glare is used to. Glare is used to. This one you see. Glare is used to. None of C and D, both C and D. C means what? Excessive light contrast in the field of vision. Glare is nothing but that one only, no. Excessive lighting contrast in the field of vision, excessive luminance. The correct answer is both B and C. C and D, that is. Both C and D. Excessive lighting contrast in the field of vision, excessive luminance. How it appears to be? Glare is how it appears to be. Just have a look at this. For better understanding, just I am showing this. This is a glare. Excessive luminance. We are unable to see the object when it is like this. Okay, excessive luminance. Okay, excessive lightning contrast. So appears to be like this. Glare. Glare means this is the case. Lighting will be like this. Just for understanding, I am showing this. And next one. Which of the following material possesses least resistivity? Which of the following material possesses least resistivity? See here. Which one having a least resistivity? See here, out of this, which one? From the options we can say, from this, copper has the least resistivity. Copper has the very least resistivity, that is 1.7 into 10 power minus 8. Aluminum is a, all these are conductors only. Aluminum is a, see here, conductor, least resistivity, that is 3 point, this one is the least one, and after the 3.2 into 10 power 8. Later lead is 21 in 10 power minus 8. Manganese is the highest resistivity. This is the least resistivity. This one is the highest resistivity, we can say. Highest resistivity. Very important. Copper is the least resistivity material. Manganese is the highest resistivity material. And one more important point regarding manganese is it affects least with the temperature. Okay, temperature effect is very less, negligibly. Okay, temperature effect is very less. Temperature effect is less. What does it mean? Temperature effect is less means if temperature variation occurred with respect to temperature, resistance variation also will be very less. If temperature variation increases, resistance variation also there, but very less. Resistance variation is very less. Very important point. Okay, so manganese is a high resistivity material, copper is a least resistivity material. And one more thing here, as per the given options, iron also given. No, for iron also you see, iron, for iron 1 into 1.0 into 10 power minus 7. Okay, least is this one. You see the 10 power minus 8, this one is the least. 10 power of 7 is little bigger than, no, so this is the least one. This one is the least resistivity material. For iron 1 into 10 power minus 7. Hope you understood. Okay, so this is the regarding part 3 measurements, important previous questions, and see this all. And regarding this I will give the PDF also, hope it will be useful to you. In the description I will give the link regarding this, you can download it. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. Please like this video and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.